Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Full-time MMA? Nothing else?
My life, man, yeah.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
Cris Cyborg has accepted another offer to fight Amanda Nunes at UFC 228 in Dallas, and if this fight takes place, that might be the greatest night in WMMA history. There's already Valentina Shevchenko versus Nico Montano targeted for UFC 228. It's not official, but we could have the two female GOATs on this same card in Valentina Shevchenko and Cris Cyborg. Hell, the three WMMA GOATs, because you gotta throw Amanda Nunes in there as well. She's the bantamweight queen right now, earned, deserved. She beat Ronda Rousey, she beat Miesha Tate, she beat Valentina Shevchenko twice. The only horseman in the women's bantamweight division that Amanda Nunes hasn't beat yet is Holly Holm. But Amanda Nunes has called for a fight with Cris Cyborg. She wanted to come up. She was wolfing, talking about, yeah, I want to fight Cyborg. It's got nothing to do with her being Brazilian. Now's the perfect time. She called this fight out. And Cris Cyborg in the beginning was like, nah, man, you're Brazilian. I don't want to put these hands on another Brazilian. You know, she wasn't really trying to do this to Amanda Nunes. But after enough calling out by Amanda Nunes, Cris Cyborg finally gave in and said, all right, now let's go. Let's go. You talked all that shit. Let's do it. And then Amanda Nunes started to pull back, like so many people have done in the past when it comes to Cris Cyborg. You talk a lot about fighting Cris Cyborg, you get the headlines for it, and then when Cris Cyborg says okay, you duck your motherfucking taco. And so with that being said, I hope Amanda Nunes does not continue to duck her taco in this situation, because this would be a perfect fight. It would not only be a champion versus champion super fight, which Amanda Nunes has absolutely nothing to lose in, but also it would give us time to get a real #1 contender in the bantamweight division. Right now, you got Ketlen Vieira, who's kind of told she's going to get the title shot, and Holly Holm, who's been fighting at featherweight, but she's the biggest name, and Amanda Nunes has shown interest in wanting to fight her next. So, with that being said, if Amanda Nunes did sign to fight Cris Cyborg at UFC 228, we could have Holly Holm versus Ketlen Vieira in a #1 contender fight. Winner fights Amanda Nunes next. But I don't know why, man. I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that Amanda Nunes, for whatever reason, she's going to have a really good reason. I'm sure it's going to be a good reason, but I don't think she wants to come in here and fight Cyborg. Now, if she does accept this fight, I'm going to be surprised. I'm going to be all in, because it's a fight I would love to see, because it's going to be the best opponent Cris Cyborg has fought to date. Amanda Nunes is for sure going to be Cris Cyborg's highest level opponent to date. Now, I've also got a selfish reason I really want to see this fight. You know why? Because I want Amanda Nunes to get in there and get some rounds with Cris Cyborg, get some experience in there fighting Cris Cyborg, so even if she loses, she can take that experience and transfer it into Kayla Harrison, her new teammate fighting at lightweight, whose nickname isn't, but probably should be, the Cyborg Killer. And it probably shouldn't be, because that's disrespectful, but I'm just saying, Kayla Harrison's training out of American Top Team fighting at lightweight, training with former champion Joanna Jacek and also Amanda Nunes. So kind of like whenever Cody Garbrandt beat Dominic Cruz, because he had so many teammates that had fought him and they could give him that help in the training camp and tell him, you know, you should zig here instead of zag, because they fought Dominic Cruz so many times. Now Amanda Nunes is going to have some experience against Cyborg to help Kayla Harrison's future 2020 or 2021 fight against Cris Cyborg, if that ever comes to fruition. But no, jokes aside, that would be helpful for Kayla Harrison for sure. But either way, this is a fight Amanda Nunes asked for. And Cris Cyborg took to Twitter, said, let's go Amanda Nunes, you called me out, now you have to handle it. I agreed for a second time. Fight Amanda Nunes September 8th, UFC Dallas, UFC 228. My last fight was 4 months ago. I'm ready to fight. So Cris Cyborg's ready to fight, man. And another bad feeling I have, if Amanda Nunes doesn't take this fight, and if she does, man, it's going to be unfortunate. The only excuse I can see is, no, I want to fight Holly. Like, I want to defend my title, but it's not. I'm not going to buy that excuse. You can't be the one that called out Cyborg and it's a champion versus champion super fight, and then duck the fade. Especially if you have nothing to lose. It's a champion versus champion super fight. You're moving up. You're not gonna lose your belt. I don't want to hear none of them excuses, dog. But it is what it is. If we do, this could be something that happens as well. Another bantamweight gets called up from Invicta or something to fight Cris Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? We see some more Tanya Evinger, Yana Kunitskaya, girls that are legit bantamweights that have been fighting out the UFC, but they're not featherweights. So it's like, all right, Cyborg gets another win here. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that could happen here if Amanda Nunes decides to continue to duck her taco in the Cyborg fight. We'll see what happens though. But Cyborg, once she got wind or she got that contract sent to her, and as soon as she signed it, she tweeted up a storm. She even went down Amanda Nunes' Twitter all the way to January, where Amanda Nunes called her out. This is what Amanda Nunes said. First of all, I have nothing personal against Cyborg. I do believe it is the fight that everyone wants to see and a fight where we can both leave our marks on this sport. Cyborg retweeted that. Like, you remember this from January? She said we couldn't make it happen at 222 or 226, but let's go, champ. UFC 228, you called me out, now let's handle it. In the words of Coach, we got to handle this. Amanda Nunes, you got to handle this. You called this fight out. So with that being said, we'll see what happens. The ball is in Amanda Nunes' court. With that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And this is the hardest working MMA channel on YouTube. We provide daily updates, predictions, betting advice, we do songs, we do fantasy fights. We've interviewed Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Bruce Lechemedio, and Felony Charles Bennett, all in just 1 year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on the net, but we're still small, so make sure you guys go check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo if you want to learn how you can become a full-time MMA black belt. And while you're there, you can see where this MMA channel started from, some of the goals we have for the channel, and even more cool videos just like this one if you enjoyed it. So thanks again to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. And also, if you're just lurking and this is your first time seeing a video, appreciate that as well. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.